Cock-a-doodle-doo, my dame has lost her shoe. My master's lost his fiddlestick and knows not what to do. Cock-a-doodle-doo, what's my dame to do? Till master finds his fiddlestick, she'll dance without her shoe. Cock-a-doodle-doo, my dame has lost her shoe. My master's lost his fiddlestick and knows not what to do. Cock-a-doodle-doo, what's my dame to do? Till master finds his fiddlestick, she'll dance without her shoe.
All right, settle down. Welcome everybody to Camp Vertebrate, where all the backbone creatures go to celebrate. Each group will have the perfect vacation with scientific classification. From the biggest to the small, there's a spot for one and all. All right, listen up. We have 5 different classes: amphibians, mammals, fish, birds, and reptiles. First up, cold-blooded animals. Amphibians, fish, and reptiles front and center, please. If your mama laid an egg, you might be one of these. Scaly skin, this is your school. Fish with gills jump in the pool. Reptiles, it's a land for you, but you can swim, so don't be blue.
Great! Here I come!
Hey, what about me? I've got moist skin. That means you're amphibian. All right, little frog, hop to your group. Hop, 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 hop. Yay, amphibians! We breathe with lungs.
I have 4 legs, started with gill stack, holes, front eggs.
Go, amphibians! Fish over there, reptiles over here. Join your groups and give a cheer. Fish, we're always wet. That's why you'll never see us sweat. The way we breathe is through our gills. Our fins give us great swimming skills. Go, fish!
Rah, rah, reptiles! We crawl or slither through the sand. We're cold-blooded creatures, live on land. Scaly skin with no hair, breathe with lungs to take in air. Go, reptiles!
Everyone is different at Camp Vertebrate, but you all have backbones as your common trait. Each group will have the perfect vacation with scientific classification. You will never feel alone with environment that's just like home. Warm-blooded animals up next. Mammals, birds, step right up. I know I'm a bird, it is plain to see. Check out the set of wings that are attached to me. My whole family came from eggs. I breathe with lungs and have 2 legs. Covered in feathers head to toe. I know just where I should go. Buck, 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 buck.
Woohoo, birds! Birds that soar through the sky. Birds that swim and do not fly. The size and shape of our wing doesn't matter when we sing. Go, birds! Tweet, 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 tweet.
The rest of you are mammals going fine to space.
Excuse me, little dolphin, you are out of place. You are not a mammal like me. You've got fins and belong in the sea.
Actually, it's not about the things you do, it's physical traits that classify you. That's right. I drank my mommy's milk. I even had whiskers on my chin once.
buckle his shoe.
We don't even have hands.
3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks.
That's dangerous.
Whoa!
7, 8, lay them straight.
Does this guy ever say please?
Do you need some help there, 5?
9, 10, a good fat hen. A good fat hen.
Stop, please! You're messing with my bees. Before you use that toxic spray, listen up to what I say. It's all about the bee. It's all about the bee. Every flower, plant, and tree, not to mention you and me. Depend upon the bees, the mighty, mighty bees. The bees are working all day long to keep our planet going strong. It all begins with pollination and how the bees help procreation. You see that plant stuck in the ground? No way for it to get around. The bee swoops in to stop and feed, then off it goes to help receive. Pollen sticks to their leg hair as the bee goes buzzing off in the air. Flower to flower, the bee does go, fertilizing plants so they will grow. Nature's working hand in hand to keep all species on this land. It's all about the bee. It's all about the bee. Every flower, plant, and tree, not to mention you and me. Depend upon the bees, the mighty, mighty bees. A bee's work goes beyond the flower, talking about agriculture power. Veggies, fruits, plants, and trees, they're all connected to the bees. All these foods will go bye-bye if we cause the bees to die.
Almonds, apples, broccoli, cherries, pumpkins, and lemon.
Now that I got your attention, here's something else I'd like to mention. A bee's home is called a hive, a complex environment where they thrive. All types of bees in a honeycomb city, filled with honey and built real pretty. The hive is a queen who is mother to all. She leads and unites the big and the small. It's all about the bee. It's all about the bee. Every flower, plant, and tree, not to mention you and me. Depend upon the bees, the mighty, mighty bees. Bees need nectar to survive. It's the food source for the hive. You can mow your lawn and keep it groomed. Just wait till the flowers have bloomed. Sprays are harmful, do not use. The bees get wet, lost, and confused. If they can't make it back to the honeycomb home, then the hive goes down and the queen died alone. With no queen, there is no earth, and without the bees, there is no earth. It's all about the bee. It's all about the bee. Every flower, plant, and tree, not to mention you and me.
Hi, folks. We're glad you're here. We have the program will start in 5 minutes.
Oh, the Milky Way, the galactic home of our solar system.
Pardon me, I couldn't help but hear your talk of space and the atmosphere.
I have a report. It's due today.
Then we should get started right away.
Wow!
We've got inner planets and outer planets with a connection to the sun. Each with a different atmosphere, from 8 straight down to 1. Inner and outer planets, divided by an asteroid belt. Orbit a star in space. That stars the sun don't get too close or you'll melt.
Well, how do we know if it's a planet at all?
Let's use the 3 R's. Is it round like a ball? Does it rotate Venus or Mercury. An inner planet's surface is terrestrial or rocky. With metal! Compared to outer planets, inner planets are small. And inner planets have no rings at all. Inner and outer planets, divided by an asteroid belt. Orbit a star in space. The stars the sun don't get too close or you'll melt. Outer planets! Outer planets are further from the sun, and there are rings around everyone. Wait, I thought only Saturn had a ring. Nope, all outer planets have them, and here's the thing. Here we go. Don't just take what you see at first view. Look closer at Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune too. That's right. Outer planet's surface isn't rocky like the inner. They're made up of gas, so their surface is thinner. These gas giants are colder since they're far from the sun, and many, many moons to orbit each one.
So Uranus is gassy with rings and many moons?
Yup, just like Jupiter, Saturn, and the furthest planet, Neptune. Over 60 moons orbit Jupiter, while our Earth has only one. And outer planets take longer to orbit the sun. Inner and outer planets, divided by an asteroid belt. Orbit a star in space. The stars the sun don't get too close or you'll melt.
Why should I know this? Why should I care?
Because there's so much more to explore out there. Solving problems encountered in space directly affects the human race.
Wow, this is fascinating.
Inner and outer planets, divided by an asteroid belt. The more that we know about them, we'll solve the problems of the world that we're dealt. Inner and outer planets, divided by an asteroid belt. Orbit a star in space. The stars the sun don't get too close or you'll melt. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Welcome to MicheLee Puppets Creating Tomorrow's Changemakers fundraising breakfast. Here are MicheLee Puppets on parade.
Love that. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome to MicheLee's Puppets, Creating Tomorrow's Changemakers Fundraising Breakfast. We welcome our friends who are here with us this morning at the beautiful Alfond Inn here in Winter Park, Florida. And hello to our friends who are joining us virtually from around the country. We hope you've grabbed your cup of coffee and are settled into your program. And for our local guests, please enjoy your breakfast. I'm Ezzy Castro, and I'm a reporter with WKMG News 6. And my co-host this morning is Dinobot from the MicheLee Puppets production of Mission Seem Possible. Good morning, Dinobot.
Good morning, Miss Castro. Good morning, humans. It's an honor to be your co-host, and I will endeavor to keep you entertained and informed.
Well, great, Dinobot, and we are here to talk about the important work that MicheLee Puppets is doing to make positive change in our community and also equip young people to use their knowledge and talents to become positive change makers too. The first time I heard from MicheLee Puppets was 2 years ago, and everybody knows COVID-19, right? Well, when students were at home and they couldn't go to school, MicheLee Puppets came in and got results. They actually did online learning with these children who just needed some inspiration and activities to do, and it was just a beautiful story and very inspiring.
Indeed, Miss Castro.
You can call me Ezzy, Dinobot.
Very well, Ezzy. Did you know that MicheLee Puppets has been around for 37 years, produced more than 85 original issue-based videos, plays, and short films, traveled to more than 40 counties in Florida? They have worked and collaborated with more than a dozen different social service agencies and arts organizations, reached more than 2.5 million Floridians with in-person programs and countless more around the world through online channels on a budget of less than $3 a child. I love numbers.
Oh, you sure do, Dinobot. But that's right, and today we are going to hear from some of the individuals who have experienced a MicheLee Puppets program and have been empowered by the messages delivered by their endearing puppets. And you will find out how you can also share your time, talent, and treasure to make a difference too.
Well, let's get started then.
All right. Well, MicheLee Puppets has a long history of creating cutting-edge performances that inspire and motivate kids to make positive choices, to take action, and to help themselves and others.
It is quite remarkable how effective we puppets in the community help in communicating vital messages. Over the years, children have disclosed child abuse, stood up against bullying, and made healthier choices through our programs.
And those messages can have a lifelong impact. In 1986, MicheLee Puppets brought the Disability Awareness Puppet Show, Kids on the Block, to a school in Volusia County, where Dario Moore was a fourth grader. Watch as Dario shares how that puppet show prompted him to befriend a disabled classmate now and years later. He continued to impact children with unique abilities through dance.
I'm Dario Moore. I'm a choreographer, teaching artist, and right now stretching out in life as a movement therapist, helping people reach into places that they thought were formerly closed down. I'm here to talk to you about our friends over at MicheLee Puppets and tell you a very real story about how I've been connected with them for decades now. I recall the first time seeing them, they were puppets. They came to our school at Hurst Elementary in Holly Hill, Florida. They came and taught a story about acceptance and that it was okay to embrace others who may be different from me. And there I was, befriending a new person in my life that I never would have connected with, and his friendship taught me that I could likewise do that on a bigger scale, and I began to reach in different areas, and the introvert that was in me began to open up and to blossom in new ways, and that information would come together later in life as I led an arts organization that did that on a regular basis where everyone was included. But here I am now, having also learned watching those same puppets health and happiness. And I would come back decades later to work with this organization, and we would write a grant together. The National Endowment for the Arts would stand behind us and support us in developing further young minds like my own. And there we were in grade school again, teaching that yes, we can do great and amazing things. I hope you'll join me in supporting our friends over at MicheLee Puppets. They have absolutely earned the option to be great stewards for our community, to serve in an amazing way. And I'm a witness. Miss Tracy, friends, MicheLee Puppets, thank you so much for continuing the efforts in our community. We need you.
It's amazing that Dario was among one of our very first young audiences.
And Dinobot, we have a special friend here today who has been supporting us from the very beginning. In fact, he has made a huge impact in our community for more than 5 decades.
Numbers.
Yes. Tom Yoakum retired after a long and distinguished career in banking. His philanthropic work and board service has benefited many Central Florida organizations, including United Way, United Cerebral Palsy, Advent Health, and UCF. As the president of Barnett Bank, Tom made the initial contribution that helped MicheLee Puppets nearly 37 years ago.
Please join us in welcoming Tom Yoakum.
Good morning. You know, the worst thing about being introduced is being told that you've been doing this for 50 years. You know, that's a long time. It is great to be here this morning and welcome you. You know, I cannot help but be reminded that some 35, 36, 7 years ago, somebody introduced Tracy to me and she had this idea about using puppets. And I thought, well, that's kind of unique. So the bank decided that we'd go ahead and give her a gift so that she could get started, all $500 of it. And what $500 has turned into as much as of what you see here this morning. Without Tracy, her staff, and her undying belief that she can help children by using puppetry as a process has been absolutely astounding. I'm incredibly proud of what this organization has done. And not only has my companies over the years supported MicheLee Puppets, but obviously I do as well. I just think that they fulfill a huge need in the community with what they do. So let me thank you all this morning for being here, those of you that are here and those of you that are online. It's been a great 37 years, and what we need to do is to continue the work. The last couple of years of COVID has been kind of a, whoa, what happened? But Tracy went through that. They developed these online programs to work with the children through the use of puppetry. And how could you ask for anything better to do? You know, it's been, like I said, a tough couple of years, but we survived. Every one of us that's here this morning. And we hope as the COVID nonsense wears off that we can do maybe next year and even fill the room further. People still haven't quite come back, but we welcome all of you that are here this morning. You know, not only is it what I do, but it's what you do. It's what you do to help continue the program and take us forward to yet another opportunity and another time. And so my personal thanks to all of you that are here today and those of you that are online, because without you, these types of programs could not possibly be provided. So thank you for being here today and being online with us. And you know, we couldn't do this without sponsors. And so I'd like to acknowledge our generous Creating Tomorrow's Changemaker event sponsors for your support. The gold sponsors, we extend our special thanks to the gold level sponsors, Public Supermarkets. I've been a huge fan of public supermarkets as long as I've lived in Florida, which is more than 50 years. But their charities have been a supporter of MicheLee from the beginning. And what a tremendous company it is. I've worked personally with Publix on a variety of things in our community over the years, and they're just a terrific operation, a terrific company, and they care about the community. And you can't ask for more than that. They're one of our first donors, so that's one. Along with the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic has been a generous supporter for many years. When I was on the foundation, the Orlando Magic Foundation, we always supported MicheLee Puppets. The DeVos family has done a tremendous job of bringing so much to this community, and the Orlando Magic is part of that. Their generous support for many years, so we thank them as well today. And a big thank you to Ravago. They are a global, if you don't know Ravago, they're a global manufacturing company that's investing in our programs here in Central Florida. Our silver sponsor slides. We also thank all of our silver sponsors. In addition, that's Duke Energy. Here in Winter Park, if you don't know that, our actual supply of electricity comes from Duke, but we don't pay them. We pay the city of Winter Park exorbitant amounts of money. And they're partners with us and to provide the STEM education in schools to teach about math and science. Couldn't be a better thing to do. And also my former company, the last bank I retired from, Seaside Bank, we started Seaside, I can't tell you how many years ago, but it's over 10. And so as a founder of Seaside Bank and Trust, I want to thank the Seaside team over here for your continued generous support of MicheLee Puppets. And also thank you to Crank Creative for providing design and marketing support for this event throughout the year. Our bronze sponsor slides, which is thanks to our bronze sponsors, Advent Health for Children. You know, Advent Health is a huge plus in our community from everything that they do. I've been on the board of Advent Health for years. They're a wonderful organization and work with all types of companies here. Am I giving the boot? No, just checking. And Fairwinds Credit Union, and we applaud each of you for making a difference in our community. I'm happy to announce that one of my favorite organizations, the Joe and Sarah Galloway Foundation, has provided a matching grant today of $40,000. You know, that is just terrific. And of course, what that means is that every dollar that you're able to donate today is matched dollar for dollar by the Galloway Foundation. Jerry was unable to be with us today. He's one of the presidents of the Galloway Foundation. He's also a lawyer, so I kind of forgive him for that. But the fact of the matter is, the Galloway Foundation has done a terrific work in this community. Several years ago, the van that my company bought MicheLee Puppets was about $250,000 old, 250,000 miles old. And the Galloway Foundation was their first grant to us, provided a new van and a year's worth of insurance, which was a big check. So that is terrific. So thank you to the Galloway Foundation. The support of our sponsors means that 100% of the funds raised today, as I said, will go toward educational programs for children right here in our community. So our fundraising goal today and to unlock the matching grant is $65,000. We believe with your help, we reach that goal this morning. We would like to acknowledge our board of directors, table captains, and event planning committee. And thank you to our guests who are here or watching remotely. You have the opportunity to make a contribution and will empower children to use their creativity and innovation to change the world for good. It is as simple as texting the word puppet to 41444. Again, that's texting the word puppet to 41444. Thank you all for your support. It's great. This morning, in one short hour, you'll hear about the wonderful work being done by MicheLee Puppets to build qualities of resilience, adaptability, and strength of character in our next generation of teachers, scientists, engineers, and leaders. We have a special program planned, and we hope to entertain, enlighten, and empower you too. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, Tom. In March 2020, the COVID pandemic forced the closure of schools, which meant all of MicheLee schools' base programs were canceled for the foreseeable future. The team at MicheLee Puppets didn't miss a beat.
Indeed, we immediately sent digital programs out to our teachers who were servicing students' educational materials that they could use For students learning at home, we also offered free live puppet chats to kids on Zoom, which gave them a place to share their feelings and to have fun with a puppet.
That's right. And you also went into the studio to produce new digital programs, which have been provided to more than 250,000 students in Central and South Florida in the last 2 years.
In fact, MicheLee Puppets produced dozens and dozens of entertaining, educational, and life-changing videos over the years.
And those videos have impacted kids around the world. Let's go ahead and take a look right over here.
Through video and digital programming, MicheLee Puppets is reaching children and adults around the world. Teachers use our videos in class to talk about bullying, to teach science concepts, and to integrate art into their academic lesson plans. Whether kids are watching in school or at home on YouTube, they find positive messages on topics that are important to them, like making healthy choices, taking care of our environment, and staying safe when walking to and from school. Parents know they can count on MicheLee Puppets to produce content that will benefit the whole family. The Raising Money Wise Kids series helps parents teach their children about thinking before spending, saving for a future want, living a life of generosity, and investing in the future. Let's face it, there are lessons here for adults too. MicheLee Puppets, empowering lives through the art of puppetry, in person and online.
MicheLee Puppets leverages the power of art through puppetry to provide knowledge and strategies that help kids make healthy choices, to stand up against bullying and stay safe from other types of violence, to empower kids to take action to make life better for themselves and others.
To tell you more about our vision for the future is MicheLee Puppets Executive and Artistic Director, Tracy Connor.
Good morning, and thank you for starting your day with us. I hope you're having fun so far. I get to talk about the future and our purpose, which is to use the art of puppetry to make an impression on kids that gets them to make positive choices and to take action to make life for themselves better and life for others better as well. You know, the last 2 years has led to phenomenal change in our organization as we adapted to the reality of COVID. So for almost 2 years, the schools were closed, and then even after that, they weren't bringing in outside programming, which actually opened up an opportunity for us to explore opportunities in other areas. And I can tell you that right now, I am more excited about the work that we're doing and the work we have planned in the future than I think I've been in my entire 37 years running this company. So I'm going to tell you about 3 main areas of our work moving forward. The first is our school-based programs, which of course we've been doing for 37 years. And I want you to know that we remain committed to our mission-driven work in schools, which includes live performances and now digital content to enhance curriculum and social emotional development. Important topics like bully prevention, promoting healthy choices, and inspiring interest in STEM subjects and careers is a priority for us. In fact, the funds that we raise today will help support those programs in the schools for 20,000 students this year. And your support will also provide the Money Wise Kids videos and curriculum and the Mindful Me video series for hundreds of Florida schools and another 120,000 students this year. So we are currently working with Orange County Public Schools on a new curriculum for middle school students. We're going to be producing 2 humorous but important videos that will help middle school kids have uncomfortable conversations with their parents or doctors about their bodies and their personal health. So that's coming up. And then also in partnership with Winter Park Health Foundation, we are creating a new video series that will teach children how to make healthy snacks and to make quick, healthy breakfast for themselves. And we'll be doing some community events to make it a family affair. So keep your eyes open for more on that in 2023. The second area of our work is the work that leverages puppets in education and therapy. And my favorite project in this area is our puppetry explorations, which involves teens and adults with developmental disabilities and autism in devising their own stories and scripts, building their own puppets and props, and creating their own puppet shows that are live or on screen. And it is astonishing to see how the students have grown, especially the ones that have been with me for 3 years, and how creative they are, and how they're learning to tell their own stories through puppets. It's so exciting. We are also becoming more intentional about how we are providing puppetry training for teachers and therapists so that they can use these tools in their own work. And our third area of focus is new exciting projects that we're doing in collaboration with Orlando's top arts and culture organizations. So what did you think of the 2 giant puppets that were out here? Cool, right? Our Ukrainian lady and the Native American dancer were created for Fusion Fest, and we had about 50 community volunteers at our studio over a weekend, paper macheing and sewing and painting to create 3 large puppets which represent the diversity of our community. And keep your eyes open, they're going to be out there in the community from now on. And don't miss Fusion Fest right after Thanksgiving. Last year, we had the honor of building and performing puppets for Opera Orlando's world premiere of The Secret River. Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings' story of a young girl from a poor community who taps into her imagination and courage to help her family and neighbors was a story that really resonated with our mission, and that was so much fun. And next month, we are thrilled to bring a little more puppet magic to Opera Orlando's production of The Magic Flute. I'm so glad the director is here today, Grant. So glad that you could be with us. And so I'm going to put in a little plug. Make sure you get your tickets in October to go see The Magic Flute, and I'm sure you're going to love that innovative presentation of a classic opera. Another arts organization we love working with is Orlando Philharmonic Orchestra, and this spring we'll be a part of their Symphony Storytime, bringing Peter Rabbit to life while their musicians are playing live. So if you have youngsters in your life, don't miss that. So if it seems to you like we have a lot going on, you are right. We have a staff of 4 who share administrative and creative duties, and we bring in arts partners and performers to go out and perform in the community. And we are doing all of this on a budget of less than $300,000. I know, it's amazing. So when I tell you that your support today makes a difference, you can be assured that your investment will go a long way in touching the hearts and lives of children and adults locally and around the country. I hope that as you learn about the mission and programs of MicheLee Puppets this morning, you will discover something that touches your heart and that inspires you to get involved. We invite you to consider sharing your time and talent as a volunteer. Come and help us make puppets, or join our board of directors. And any financial gift you make today of any size will be so appreciated and will make the difference in the life of a child. So we want to thank you for your time and your support. And now you get to see a puppet show. And you know, stories and fables have been used in every culture throughout the centuries to teach and spread important information. Well, in January, we are going to tour a brand new show, African Tales, which will bring to life 4 traditional African stories. And these stories are going to impart lessons about growing up to be kind and generous and to make good decisions. And so the story that you're going to see today is performed by Arius West, and it was performed last spring as part of OPO's Symphony Storytime. The story is A Tree Full of Monkeys. So I want to invite you all, please, release the 7-year-old within yourselves. Have fun, participate when you're invited to, and please enjoy African Tales.
Once upon a time, there was a hat maker who made red hats. Every morning, he would put on his favorite red hat for everybody to see. And he would walk from town to town yelling, "Bright red hats, special sale today." And he always made sure he wore his own so everyone would see and they would want one. Now, every day, this hat maker walked past a giant tree. Now, this was a huge tree with hundreds of branches, and it lived on the far edge of a big forest. Every day, the hat maker would say, "Hello," to the tree as if he were seeing an old friend. Do, 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 do. Bright red hats, special sale. Now, one summer day, it was so hot, the hat maker couldn't keep walking in the scorching sunlight. So he decided to sit underneath the tree to cool off under its big leafy branches. It felt so good to just lean back against the tree under the shade. And the man closed his eyes and he took a nap. That's him. Now, this hat maker had walked a long time in the hot sun selling red hats. And there was a lot of them in a wagon, right? And you won't believe what happened next. A cute little monkey came scurrying out of the forest. And first he noticed the wagon full of red hats. And then he noticed the man wearing a red hat as well. And you know what monkeys do. That monkey grabbed a hat from the wagon, put it on his head just like the man, and he climbed up the tree to hide. Now, monkeys don't just imitate people. They also imitate other little monkeys too. Soon, there was a second monkey who came scurrying out of the forest. And he also took a hat from the wagon and he scurried up the tree to hide as well. And then there was a third monkey. And then, stay put. There was a fourth monkey, and a fifth monkey, and a sixth monkey, and soon there was an entire tree full of monkeys, all wearing bright red hats. Now, as I was saying, this hat maker had been walking a long time in the scorching sunlight, so he was fast asleep, and then he began to snore. And you won't believe what happened after that. As soon as the man started snoring, all of the monkeys in the tree began snoring too. Can you all imagine what a tree full of monkeys snoring sounds like? Can we all try that together on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right. Now, the man woke up from hearing all of the little monkeys snoring. And the first thing he noticed was all of his hats missing. And then he noticed all of the little monkeys up in the tree wearing his red hats, teasing him. The man became so angry, he shook his fist 3 times at the monkey and said, "Give those back." And you know what the monkeys did? All they did was shake their cute little fist 3 times right back at him. Oh, the man became so furious, he decided to take both of his fists, and he shook them 3 times and said, "Throw those down." And you know what the monkeys did? They just copied the man shaking their cute little fists 3 times. The man became so angry that he jumped up and down saying, "Give me back my hats." And you know, that really didn't work either. So the man became so frustrated that he took his own hat and threw it down on the ground. And as soon as he did that, the monkeys threw their hats on the ground. And soon, all of the monkeys started throwing their hats, and hundreds of red hats began sailing from the tree. The monkeys didn't steal the hats. They were just copying the man. And as soon as he was about to give up, all of his hats came right back to him. So he gathered all of his hats, and he put them back in his wagon. And, of course, he thanked the monkeys, who thanked him back. Thank you. I think sometimes in life we get frustrated and we don't take a moment to just breathe sometimes. And to seek to understand. And I think that the hat maker did just that. The end.
I think I want a red hat too now. As part of their work to create future change makers, MicheLee Puppets trains college students in such fields as play therapy and occupational therapy. Students learn how to integrate puppetry into their practice. A new partnership between MicheLee and Rollins College is devoted to researching how and why puppetry is so effective, particularly in working with neurodiverse populations.
It will be splendid to share learnings with teachers and therapists far and wide to further impact. Ezzy, do we have a video of our project?
In fact, we actually do. Are you ready to watch it?
Most definitely.
All right, let's do it.
For individuals with developmental disabilities, communication and social skills can be a challenge. This year, the Student Faculty Collaborative Scholarship Program at Rollins College partnered with MicheLee Puppets and researched how we can use puppets to support communication and social skill development for students on the autism spectrum at Quest Kids Academy.
Puppets are functional in helping this population develop really core communication and social skills. Often there's this assumption, this deficit model, this way of thinking about disability as kind of a collection of things that you can't do. So how can we use puppets to lean into the idea of there's lots of things that people with developmental disabilities can do?
During this partnership, students at Quest Kids Academy performed the popular children's book, Rainbow Fish, as well as a performance that taught the life cycle of the butterfly. As part of this experience, students learned how to create their own puppets for these shows.
It allows them to put their feelings and kind of almost their identity into, you know, this thing that they're going to be using. And so they have something that they're invested in and something that they have, you know, that they've done. And it's a creation that they can look at and say, I did that.
How do the arts give agency to people who express themselves differently than a neurotypical population? So the arts allow you to create a fantastical world that you can inhabit and to create ownership of that world. So being able to build your own puppet and say, I created this and I love it and I can't wait to interact with it and I can't wait to show it to other people and I get to perform for an audience and suddenly I am producing something that is of value to other people. And so part of puppetry is being able to lean into that creativity so that you have some agency in creating a world that you feel comfortable in. One of the reasons that puppets are successful is you're having to listen to instructions, to engage in behaviors that might not be familiar to you. You're learning how to have patience. Sometimes our students are not always the ones who are acting out something on stage and they have to wait at the sidelines. And so that's a key skill, is being able to just wait.
At Quest Kids Academy, Puppets help reinforce the executive functioning skills students need to have lasting employment after graduating.
Every employee needs to have stamina. Every employee needs to be flexible. Every employee needs to receive and accept next time feedback. And that's what Tracy does brilliantly while she is directing our students in a play. Hey, listen, that was pretty good, but how about we try it this way? It could be better. Or listen, why don't you guys switch puppets? Let's try that out. Listen, you've been practicing that, but let's let him give it a try. I can teach flexibility within the contents of instruction, the schedule throughout the day, but what Tracy and the Rollins students were able to do is just teach all those amazing skills in a completely different context within the environment of having fun and creating.
I love to see the progress using puppetry and seeing the connection that it has with this population and the things that they're able to do with it, with expressing themselves. And we've seen people communicate in ways that they've never been able to communicate before, or people who are nonverbal who are now verbal with the use of puppets.
The power of MicheLee as an organization is that they're always saying yes and. They're curious. They're thinking about what are some of the other ways that we can use puppets in different populations to support education and improve communication.
Learn from the Quest kids. Change your perspective to look for the possibilities, the good, the creative, the change makers.
Rollins College student Seth Yumcheski conducted the puppetry research project with his professor, Sarah Parslow. Please welcome Seth to tell us more about his experience and how working with puppets has impacted his vision for his career.
So you guys already went back to your childhood being 7 years old. So now we're going to fast forward a little bit. Do you remember when you were 20 years old and you were asking yourself, what am I doing with my life? Well, working with MicheLee Puppets has empowered me to start answering that question. Hi, I'm Seth Yumcheski and I'm a junior at Rollins College. Currently, I'm majoring in both psychology and communication. I'm looking to pursue a career as a relationship and family counselor. This summer, as you can see, I had the incredible opportunity to do research here at MicheLee. There's a microphone. All right. I've had the incredible opportunity to do research here at MicheLee Puppets. And today I'm going to share with you not only the impact that MicheLee has on its members and the community, but also how this experience has redefined my future goals and aspirations to create change. Before working with MicheLee this summer, I didn't know what my next step was. I'd always wanted to be a counselor, so I knew that I needed to attend grad school, but I didn't know where or for what. I wanted to help people, but I didn't know how. So I figured, if I don't know something, I should probably research it. And this summer, that is exactly what I did. In collaboration with Dr. Sarah Parslow, we partnered with MicheLee Puppets to understand how puppets, of all things, can make a difference in the lives of people who learn and communicate differently. So, while my peers were stuck in labs, I was learning and teaching the art of puppetry. My summer was spent helping my students bring a meaningful life to a sock and some googly eyes. They not only learned how to build puppets, but also how to collaborate with one another and perform their puppet productions in front of their classmates. Although each day was both joyful and groundbreaking, the moment that changed my life forever, as you can see, happened at Quest for Kids, which is a local school that uses customized therapy approaches to bring specialized education to students with disabilities. It was performance day, and the show, The Life Cycle of a Butterfly. Our star for the day was Amber, a sweet and quiet girl on the autism spectrum whose face lit up when she was building her puppets. One of the things that can be difficult for someone on the autism spectrum, like Amber, is processing sensory information. Sometimes the world literally feels overwhelming. And on that day, I could see from the red in her face and the tears building in her eyes that Amber was overwhelmed. In the process of managing her emotions, Amber's teacher gave her a puppet of a butterfly. And let me tell you, she flapped the heck out of that butterfly because suddenly she had a tool to translate her experiences of feeling overwhelmed. She could process them, manage them, and come back into the group and be a part of the show. Suddenly, it clicked. Amber's appreciation for a puppet not only reminded me of MicheLee's purpose, but also my own. I'm an intern at MicheLee Puppets now, and I'm working to create new programs to support people like Amber with developmental disabilities. That is my purpose, serving people. Whether I'm working with kids, teens, adults, or couples, MicheLee Puppets has inspired me to apply arts-based therapy approaches in my future practice. In the words of Plato, you learn more about someone in an hour of play than in a lifetime of conversation. I'm someone who struggles with my words, so I get it. I've tried talk therapy before, and it just didn't work for me. I have trouble verbalizing my feelings, so I understand what they're going through, which is why I want to provide a creative outlet for people like myself. I have a lot to say, but just can't. And because of MicheLee Puppets, I can do that. I am doing that. They've given me the tools to empower a population that I care about. And they've empowered me to answer the question, who am I? A change maker. Today, tomorrow, and forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Seth. That was amazing. Well, Mark Schaefer is the Director of Finance at the Orlando Magic. Prior to that, he was Audit Senior Manager for KPMG. He is the past president of the MicheLee Puppets Board of Directors, where he continues to contribute his leadership and expertise. Please welcome Mark Schaefer with Dinobot to show you how you can support programs that empower children and youth to be change makers.
Thank you, Ezzy. I'm also the guy who drew the short straw on the board, so that's why I'm up here today. So, you know. Actually, I want to thank my table because I sent out the invite for today, and today is actually my birthday, so I told them we were coming to a birthday breakfast. So my table's full just because they're here to celebrate my birthday. Joke's on them. It's time to bring out your wallet. So, yeah, I want to thank each and every single one of you. I think I've been involved with MicheLee Puppets for probably 6 or 7 years, and you know, I was thinking about what to say for today, and yesterday I went to a leadership training for my company, and my CEO brought up a great point. He said, employees don't leave companies, they leave their managers. And you know, whenever I met Tracy, I just believed in her, and I've stayed here with MicheLee Puppets because of the message that she brought. And I truly believe that we make a difference in kids, and as I, you know, have before I joined the board, I didn't have any kids, and now I've got 2 young boys that constantly challenge me on a regular basis. And I see that my oldest actually just started kindergarten, and he comes back, and I always ask him, you know, like, how was school today? What was your experience like? Oh, it was good. See you later. Don't want to talk to you, Dad. And, you know, I tried to get him to start talking about school by using his Legos as semi-puppets. So I bring out the Legos on the table, and I'm like, oh, how was school today, Reed? And he'll bring out the Lego. Oh, it was good. He loves to, like, kind of get interactive with it. And using my puppet knowledge, I knew I could kind of put that to use. So I want to go ahead. I'm going to thank you guys, and I hope you guys have all been inspired by what you've seen today and that you choose to get involved.
I'm certainly inspired. Together we can build positive character and values among our young change makers.
Thank you, Dinobot. Yes, and I want to expand MicheLee Puppets' impact on thousands of children and a powerful message that transforms lives. Today, there are 2 ways that you can give. For those of you who are joining us virtually, you will see that you'll click a donate button in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. I'll do my best Vanna White so that when they see it on the screen, you can just go right up here. It's opposite corner. You can click it and you can fill out the donation form and submit it right there. For those of you who are joining us in person, it's very easy to do. All you do is take out your mobile phone. You can go ahead and send a text to 41444. Text the word puppet and then space, your gift amount, and then your name. And again, that's puppet, P-U-P-P-E-T, space, the amount you'd like to give, space, your name. Also, if you're looking to make donations to Mark's birthday fund, my Venmo account is, no, just kidding. I'll match dollar for dollar on my bar tab for tonight. For any of you, though, that are interested in giving in cash or check, your table captains will have pamphlets they can pass out. And you can still text your name. We'd be recognized on our thermometer, which will be going up here soon, I believe, at some point to track your your donations in either envelope or paper forms can also be tracked on there.
Please remember that today you have an excellent opportunity to double your impact. Your donations and pledges will be matched dollar for dollar by the Joe and Sarah Galloway Foundation.
That's right, Dinobot. You have an opportunity to double your gifts and pledges today. And let's see how we're doing on our fundraiser thermometer. Can we bring it up here? It's coming, I'm sure. Oh, there we go. We're already at $34,000 for our thermometer for a $65,000 goal. I can see it. We're going to get there today. I believe in each and every single one of you. We're going to get across that finish line. So looking at the donation form, as you submit it, you'll consider maybe joining one of our MicheLee Puppets investor circles. By making a 5-year investment in MicheLee Puppets, issue-based plays and programs, the online pledge form, you can select a giving level and then the plus sign by your choice to select the different Puppet Wrangler levels. So the first gift giving level is our Puppet Wrangler. This is a pledge of $200 a year for 5 years. Your gift of $200 a year will provide scholarships for students with unique abilities such as Down syndrome and autism spectrum disorder, or students with financial need to participate in life-changing puppetry art classes. The next giving level is our Puppet Builder level. This is a pledge of $500 a year for 5 years. Your gift of $500 a year will provide a rhyme time reading readiness program or Discover Math and Science and program for over 167 low-income children each year, preparing them for success in kindergarten and beyond. Next, which is my favorite level, it's the Puppeteer level. It's the pledge of $1,000 a year for 5 years. A commitment of $1,000 a year would provide our bullying prevention programs for 600 kindergartners through 5th grade students each and every single year. And I think actually I saw in the pamphlets that I think my 5-year pledge actually lapsed today. So this was the one I was going to go ahead and join. So I'm going to show you that I'll give as well. So I'm going to go ahead and text mine in just so you guys know that I also participate as a board member. So this was my favorite giving level to contribute to. Oh, you can see it's jumping up on us already. Look at it go. So the last couple of levels on here, if anybody gives these last couple of levels in here, you come by and see me today. I'm going to make sure you guys get taken care of at a Magic game. We've got a couple Magic representatives here. John, he handles all of our ticket sales. He'll get you hooked up with whatever you want. But yeah, so we've got our Master Puppeteer. This is a pledge of $3,000 a year for 5 years, and we'll provide a full year of programming for pre-K through 5th grade students at a school of your choice each year. That means that each student would receive our early childhood, bully prevention, and STEAM programs for an entire student population every year. And the last one, again, this is the top of the top. It's our Puppetry Legend, which is a pledge of $5,000 a year. Your gift of $5,000 a year will help produce powerful puppet videos, performances, and rich educational content to ignite interest in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, along with 3,000 kindergartner through 5th grade students each year. Your support will give students a vision for the future and a path for their creativity and education to change the world for good. This will also include a private VIP tour of the Orlando Magic training facility by myself. We can shoot some hoops. I'm terrible. Paula has videos of me shooting hoops in the morning. I'm pretty bad at it. Please note that you can make a one-time gift or divide your payments across monthly, quarterly, or annually. I think there's some EY representatives here if anybody wants help on the math. They provide free tax services as well. So I'm sure there's a few accountants in here. To help out, there's a little cheat sheet, though, that will show you how it all breaks down. After you've made your donation selection, please fill out the contact information followed by your credit card. Make sure the amount is correct, and then go ahead and hit submit. We thank you for covering any payment processing fee if you can. Obviously makes every single dollar count. As we watch the gifts coming in, please know that every gift, no matter what amount, helps further our mission and will be matched today, dollar for dollar, by the Joe and Sarah Galloway Foundation. We truly appreciate whatever level of support or involvement you can provide.
We puppets and fully sentient dinosaur robot drones, like myself, are most grateful for your support. And remember, Dinobot loves numbers, and that one's moving slowly.
That'll buy. You need to click your own submission for the $1 million donation that you wanted to make.
Yes, that's 41444. Puppet, $1 million, your name.
Easy instructions. If you fill out the paper form, please put your pledge form back in an envelope and give it back to your table captains.
And look at that thermometer. We are getting close to our goal, Mr. Schaefer.
All right, and Mark, don't forget, check or cash, you can still text your name.
Yes, check or cash. You can still text your name in so we can get it all tracked on the thermometer. So thank you again for taking your time out of your busy schedules to be here in person or virtually to help support MicheLee Puppets. On behalf of all the children who benefit from your support, including the gift of time today, we sincerely thank each and every single one of you.
And thank you to our table captains, board members, and volunteers who made today's event possible. We hope that you've been inspired and that you will tell your friends and colleagues about MicheLee Puppets and what you learned today. If MicheLee Puppets can be of service to your school or organization, please let us know. And thank you again so much for coming out here, guys, and enjoy your Friday, enjoy your breakfast, and your weekend.
And again, we extend our sincere gratitude to all of our sponsors, Publix, Supermarket Charities, Orlando Magic, Ravago, Duke Energy, Seaside Bank and Trust, Crank Creative, Advent Health for Children, EY, Fair Winds Credit Union. Thank you. Also, a big thanks to Joe and Sarah Galloway Foundation. You are the wind beneath my saucer.
You're a funny guy, Dinobot. Thank you guys so much again. Enjoy your weekend.